Hello, everyone. This is Matthew Rodella with Turnkey Websites Blueprint here with another WaaS Wednesday for you. WaaS Wednesday is a live video that I do every Wednesday or every Wednesday that I can. I haven't been as consistent as I'd like, but as many Wednesdays as possible, I will do a live video answering a question that comes up from a student in the course or from someone in the group, all about websites as a service or WaaS. And when we talk about WaaS, we're talking about WordPress multi-site and creating automated recurring revenue platforms using WordPress multi-site. We call that a WaaS. If you follow me on YouTube, we have plenty of videos here on the YouTube channel where you can learn more about what a WaaS is. So the question I'm going to answer today was asked by Rob Parmenter, and he is a member of the Facebook group, and he was asking about SEO. So the specific question is, so here's what he said. He's, would you be able to do a WaaS Wednesday video on setting up and providing SEO for our WaaS customers? For example, I plan on using SEO Press and wanted to provide steps for my customers to take to help them improve their SEO. Also, I keep meaning to look up if there are steps that I can take with SEO Press that can carry over in the templates and help prepare my customers for success. My cat just decided to join me here. Say hello, Neville. So I'm going to take this time to talk about SEO. Now, I'm not going to be able to deep dive into SEO in this video, so I'm just going to touch on some of the quick kind of things you want to keep in mind and when you're providing SEO for your customers on your WaaS. So first of all, SEO is a key feature of your WaaS, or it should be. It should probably be, because one of the biggest compliments I've received from customers, or one of the most frequent one of the most frequent kind of praises that I get from customers on my WaaS is that their SEO improved since they started using our platform. And typically they'd come from running their own WordPress website, or they'd come from like Wix or Squarespace or something like that. And with WordPress, with your WordPress WaaS, you have an opportunity to set them up for success as far as SEO is concerned. So before we talk about SEO plugins, what I did with the templates that I built for my WaaS is I made sure to build in a lot of the SEO benefits that you would get from that you would do when you were like building a site for a client, right? So all of the images, the inline images that are in the theme, I'll have alt text. That alt text is dynamic, so it'll be filled in with the user's business address or their business name, stuff like that, where appropriate. And that's all handled, through PHP. Then you want to add the schema markup to anything that's hard coded or anything that the customer doesn't have access to edit. So there are places in our template where there's address and business phone number, social media profiles, links to social media profiles, stuff like that, that's kind of, built into the theme. And for those things, we made sure to put all the proper schema markup on those items. So that really prepares the users so that, once their site is up and running and they put in their information, it's already ahead of 90% of their competition, because 90% of their competition aren't doing that on their websites. So that really helps a lot. And then, after you do all that and prepare, then of course you want to make sure that the website is mobile friendly, mobile optimized. You're using an image compression or image optimization plugin to, make sure to optimize all the images so that everything loads quickly. Then once you have all of that done, then you can, focus on an SEO plugin. SEO Press is a great one. That's the one that I recommend and that I use in my WaaS. There are some other good ones that are out there. Trying to think of the one that I used to use. I feel like it's called, I don't remember, so I'm not going to mention it in this video, but you can look back through the Facebook group and stuff on some of the other SEO plugins I recommended in the past. But SEO Press is my preferred solution right now, and that's because SEO Press includes a multi-site component in their higher level plan, and that allows you to hide different aspects of the plugin from users. And you can network activate the plugin so that it applies to all subsites. So I like to use that plugin because of those features. And it's also a good SEO plugin. At the end of the day, SEO plugins, all they do is they add fields on posts and pages so that users can add their own meta information. And then it might also optimize some of the permalink structure and automate some of the title creation and stuff like that. But most SEO plugins out there do a good job of doing that. And the majority of the SEO is going to come from the content and how the website's set up from the beginning. So I don't personally put a lot of stock in which SEO plugin is the best. Really, if you're using any SEO plugin and you're following best practices, you're going to be fine. And then Rob, mentioned that he's going to provide steps for his customers to help them improve their SEO. That's great. That's a great selling point, and that's something that they're not going to really get, from using, trying to set up their website themselves on WordPress or Squarespace or Wix or any of those places. You can have very targeted SEO advice for your particular niche. And you can provide that, through videos, through emails. And this is what we talk about in the course, where, you can create onboarding emails that you send to your customers after they sign up. You can create onboarding videos that you add to the dashboard of your website for users to, view and see once they log into the website. And then you can show them exactly what to do. Add, the title, the meta title, the meta description, rank SEO Press and Yoast and all the other SEO plugins that are out there have like a scoring system on the pages and posts, so you can see how the page scores for SEO, so you can walk them through how to do that. And really, I think that's all you need to do. Another thing I like about SEO Press is it's fully white labeled, so you can add your own branding to SEO Press, so it looks like it's a part of your platform. And then I would, just create those tutorials the best way that you can for your customers. And that's going to be what makes you unique, right? I think a large part of what makes your WaaS unique is you and your approach to how you're going to solve the problem of your customers, not having a good website. How are you providing a good website? These are all ways that you can do it. You show them how to set up the plugin, and you're done. So really, it's not much more complicated than that. You make sure that the website is built with good SEO framework. You install a plugin like SEO Press, and then you can set it up a little bit, especially if you're using WP Ultimo. You can set up that initial template, so then that template gets cloned. So you can set up the SEO in the plugin however you want. And then that will get retained through the WP Ultimo templates. And then you just create some tutorial videos that shows your customer how to, best utilize those features of that SEO plugin. And that's really all I do. And I think that's all you really need to do. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing for SEO for your WaaS. So go ahead and leave a comment below this video and let me know, what SEO plugin do you use on your multi-site installation? What do you recommend? And how do you kind of onboard your customers to be able to use that plugin as well? I'd love to hear from you guys about that. Otherwise, I'll see you here hopefully next Wednesday, where I will have another WaaS Wednesday